This is a Saturday Morning TVLog from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TVLog, and this time around it's the Flintstone Kids, brought to us by Hanna-Barbera. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday Morning TVLog is the Flintstone Kids. This is another show I grew up with in the 80s. It's an alternative incarnation of the studio's, well, it's just Hanna-Barbera, their animated classic, The Flintstones, depicting juvenile versions of the main characters from the original show. And this, of course, would be one of their main answers to the hit CBS series Muppet Babies. It originally premiered on ABC, the original series, Original Home, in September of 1986. Unlike the other series, this was the first series not to have a laugh track. Now, the program, of course, follows the adventures of Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble, Wilma Slagkoople, Bay McBricker, and Dino in tween form. They share their pre-adolescence with their friends Nate Slate, Philo Quartz, and Dream Chip Gemstone. They also deal with their bully, Rocky Ratrock, and his bad rhyme bunch, consisted of Tar Pit Tommy, Flap Slap, Janet Grant, and Rocky's dog, Stalagbite. Anyway, each week, the Flintstone Kids brought some real fun and what have you throughout their series. Now, there were different segments and what have you. Now, there were 4 segments per episode. Well, maybe not per episode completely. It just depends on how long they are. Because the show was a half hour long, so they had to be like 3 to 11 minutes. Maybe 2 or 3 of these were shown tops. First, the main segment, which was the Flintstone Kids. It would be either a single half-hour episode, only in the first season, or a segment. The Flintstone Funny segment, not to be confused with the recent repackaged version of their recent series, the Flintstone Comedy Show from 1980. This features the kids dreaming of exciting fantasy adventures. And this segment was dropped in the second season, though. The next segment would be Dino's Dilemmas, the adventures and misadventures of, well, Dino and what have you. And, well, can you believe it? They brought this character back. If you remember Captain K-Man, who I still have yet to talk about his original series, Captain K-Man the Teen Angels. Now, even though I did talk about him in the Flintstone Comedy Show episode a few months ago. Now, it's Captain K-Man's son, where we see KV and his son KV Jr. fight bad guys, most notably the evil genius Mr. Bad. It was actually a show within a show, kind of just like what Filmation had recently done with The Brown Hornet and Legal Eagle on Fat Albert, whereby Captain K-Man the Son is a TV show watched by the main characters where the fourth wall is broken frequently. Yep, I gotta say, this was really, really something. Oh yes. Now, the first season aired in the 9 o'clock Eastern hour, which that would be 8 o'clock Central in my time, with 2 half-hour episodes airing back-to-back. So, they actually had 2 episodes airing back-to-back. The first episode was usually a half-hour story, while the second contained the Flintstone Funny segment, Dino's Dilemmas, and Captain K-Man and Son. The show was picked up for a second season, where only 1 episode was shown a week, and 4 episodes paired a new short with reruns of 2 shorts from the first season. Now, after a total of 36 episodes were produced overall over the course of its 2-season run, there would be 76 segments overall. The show ended in November of 1987. Now, after that, in 1988, the show got shown in syndication as part of the Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera, but however, it quickly returned to ABC that same year in October of 88 due to the failure of the New Adventures of Beanie and Cecil. After ABC stopped airing the show, they continued to rerun the show until 1990, which, of course, 1988 was the same year that Hanna-Barbera introduced us to their other pint-sized take on starring characters in a pub named Scooby-Doo. After ABC had dropped the series, the Family Channel aired the series on their Funtown/Fam TV blog for almost 4 years, from October 1990 to June of 94. After that, reruns went to Cartoon Network, which aired until 1998, and then again from 2002 to 2003. And the show has also been shown on Boomerang, which I'm pretty sure that's the one place you'll be able to find that. Now, the only way you can get on physical media is, well, it does have there's one episode on the Saturday Morning Cartoons 1980s collection, which you can also find on the complete collection of Saturday Morning Cartoon sets with the 60s and 70s tunes they had released. In 2014, Warner Home Video did release in stores the Flintstone Kids Rocky and Bedrock, which, unfortunately, it was only a 2-disc set containing 10 episodes from the first season. Yes, because the first season of the Flintstone Kids had 26 episodes produced, while the second had only 10. But anyway, still, I do have fond memories of it. During their run, there would be some other fun stuff that came out, including a safety belt commercial. Well, not commercial, but a PSA. You know what I'm trying to say, okay? And let's see, what else? Yeah, they even had a little bit of a bit with young Fred Barney in one of the Pebbles cereal commercials. There was also a comic book series. And, oh boy, there was so many and what have you. Now then, the show did get some good reception. Common Sense Media said this is Bedrock the early years, cute and more PC. Whatever that is. In 1988, Mary Jo Luden and Lane Rayshard, who I believe, I know Lane Rayshard was a writer, and I'm pretty sure Luden was. Yeah, I think she was a writer. They were given a Humanitas Prize for Rocky's Rocky Road, which was an episode. Now, KV Jr. did make appearances in Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, and even the recent series Jellystone on Max. So anyway, the Flintstone Kids is definitely a good show. I would recommend this to you all if you haven't seen it. Now, there is a way you can find the series. I think you can find some stuff on the Internet Archive. You can also probably find it on Boomerang's streaming service. I'm pretty sure you can find it there. And if you have any luck, just try and find them somewhere. That's probably the best place that I can highly suggest you find it. Maybe places like again, the Internet Archive, or maybe the Boomerang app will probably have it. But if I'm wrong, then I do apologize for that. Okay. Anywho, now as for our voice acting cast, we do have a pretty good voice acting cast. I'll give them to you in alphabetical order. First, we have Charlie Adler, who was off to a big start and what have you. He voiced KV Jr. Of course, Adler would go on to voice Fuzz and Tex Hex in Filmation's Brave Star the next year in '87. He also voiced Paddington Bear for Hanna-Barbera, and as well as Buster Bunny for Tiny Toon Adventures, and of course the titular characters of Cartoon Network's Cow and Chicken, and lots of other characters. Mel Blanc once again returned to do his vocal effects of Dino, as well as Bob Rubble, which I believe that's Barney's dad. Of course, he's the original voice of Barney. I'll get to his voice in a little bit. And of course, Blank also once again voiced Captain Caveman, just like before. Susan Blue, who had recently voiced Flim Flam in the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo the previous year, and that same year she started voicing Jessica Rae and several other characters in the Filmation Ghostbusters series. She also went on to be in in Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, and she also went on to be a voice director. She voices Dream Chip Gemstone and Janet Granite. Hamilton Camp voiced Barney. Now, I do believe I know that name from somewhere because hard to explain. Let's see. Yeah, he did lots of stuff for Hanna-Barbera. He voiced Greedy and Harmony Smurf on the Smurfs, and he also voiced Dracula in an episode of the new Scooby-Doo Mysteries. And where, of course, he would voice that character again in Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. He also lent his voice to a pup named Scooby-Doo, The Completely Mental Misadventures of Ed Grimley, as well as the other direct-to-TV Scooby-Doo movies, Scooby-Doo Meets the Boo Brothers and Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. He also lent his voice to other movies in the Hanna-Barbera Superstar team, which those movies are from, including Yogi's Great Escape, The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones, and Rockin' with Judy Jetson. And lots of other animated series, but he's also been in live action as well. Henry Corden, who of course was the current voice of Fred Flintstone, voices Ed Flintstone, as well as his wife Edna Flintstone. Yeah, can you believe that? So he's not the first guy to voice a woman, you know. I'm just saying. Julie Dees voices Wilma Slackhoople for the first season. She had recently, of course, she was originally Julie McWhirter. She voiced Jeannie in the animated Jeannie series, as well as Bubbles in Jabberjaw, and more recently, Baby Smurf and Sassette in The Smurfs. But she also had voiced some others. Yeah, she also voiced Casper and the Angels. Excuse me, everyone. And lots of others. Let's see. Now, Wilma was taken over by Elizabeth Lynn Fraser for the second season. Kenneth Marsh once again does the narration for Captain K-Man the Son, just like he did with the Captain K-Man Son in the Flintstone Comedy Show. Scott Menville took Freddy's voice for the second season. I made for the second season. His original voice will be up in just a moment. Of course, Menville would do some voice acting, most notably Red Herring in A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. Marilyn Schreffler, who recently lent her voice to the all-new Popeye Hour, Richie Rich, and Challenge of the GoBots and other shows, did the voice of Rocky Ratrock and Barney's mother, Flo. B.J. Ward voiced Betty and several other characters. Lane Weinrib, the original voice of Scrappy-Doo, voiced Frey for the first season. And voice god Frank Welker voiced Nate Slate, Stalagbite, and lots of others and what have you. He also filled in for Dino and Bob Rubble at times as well. Now, I left maybe some names out. Oh, yeah. And Bumper Robinson voices Philo Quartz. Oops, I almost forgot one. But there's lots of others and what have you. So, anyway, now you know about the Flintstone Kids. Again, if you've not seen this show, I would recommend you watch this. Alright, that'll do it. I hope you enjoy this. What did you think of the Flintstone Kids? Did you ever see this show when you was a kid? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And we'll have another video coming up soon. It'll possibly be a spoiler-free review of the new Amazon Prime film Candy Cane Lane, which I forgot to mention, but I'll have that coming up for you. So if you enjoyed this, check out my Saturday Morning TV logs for these other two shows that I mentioned that were, well, miniaturized takes on starring characters. In the upper left-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TV log I did on a pup named Scooby-Doo. The upper right-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TV log I did on Jim Henson's Muppet Babies. Or if you would like, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my last Saturday Morning TV log, and that was on CBS Story Break. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TV log, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TV log is The Lost Saucer. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya!